You feel lost, trapped, like life is passing by and you're stuck in a loop. You might have been told that you're depressed, that there's something wrong with you. But what if the real issue isn't depression? What if you just don't have a purpose to guide you? Growing up, you were told what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. Your parents, especially if you had a controlling mom, might have pushed you toward success through school, but never gave you the tools to discover who you really are or what truly drives you. You were taught how to be reactive, how to live according to someone else's expectations, and now you find yourself uncertain about what your purpose even is. The truth is, when we don't have a purpose, we can feel aimless, lost, and disconnected from ourselves. In The Way of the Superior Man, David Deida explains that a man's purpose is the thing that gives him energy and direction in life. It's not something you find by doing what others expect of you. It's something that comes from deep within you. What are you here to do in this life? What is the thing that will fill you with passion, fire, and motivation? Even when everything around you sucks, you might have been told to focus only on your career, your degree, or even to marry and have children. But deep down, if none of these things are aligned with your true purpose, you're never going to feel satisfied. You're not going to feel fulfilled. The cycle of pleasing others, even your own parents, will keep draining you of your energy until you find your true direction. So how do you discover your purpose? In his book, Deida talks about living in alignment with your deepest truth. A lot of people, especially those with controlling or demanding parents, fall into a trap of living according to the expectations of others. You may have been trained to be reactive, and as a result, you end up following a path that doesn't truly ignite your soul. To break free from that, you need to reconnect with yourself, and that starts with learning how to listen to your true self. What do I really want? What am I avoiding? What have I been doing to please others, and why does it leave me feeling empty? Your parents pushed you to follow their vision of success, but now you're an adult, and it's time for you to build your own vision of success. This is the foundation of discovering your purpose. When you begin to define your purpose, you're also going to have to deal with the inevitable pushback from others, especially if you've spent years living for them. If your mom has been controlling, constantly trying to shape your life according to her standards, she won't understand why you want to take charge of your own destiny. The key here is to tolerate negative emotions from others without letting them derail you. In The Way of the Superior Man, Deida teaches that a man must stand firm in his own purpose, even in the face of others' disappointment or anger. This is incredibly difficult, especially if the people you love are emotionally invested in your life. But one of the most empowering things you can do is develop the strength to remain unaffected by their reactions. When you're strong in your purpose, others' emotional responses will start to lose their power over you. Face it, people-pleasing can become a pattern. You do things to get approval, avoid conflict, or keep the peace. But the more you fall into this pattern, the further away you drift from your true purpose. Instead of chasing approval, you need to start chasing your own purpose. This may mean disappointing others in the short term, but it will be worth it. The way to break free from this cycle is by creating boundaries and then holding firm to them. Deida talks about the importance of having clear boundaries, especially with those who want to control or manipulate you. Your family, your friends, your partner, they might resist the changes you're making to align with your purpose. They may not understand why you're choosing this path, and that's okay. You can still be compassionate toward them, but you can't let their emotions dictate your life. One of the most surprising things you can do when someone pushes you, especially a parent, is to show compassion. If your mom is upset because you're not following the path she wants, you can acknowledge her feelings without giving in to her demands. In The Way of the Superior Man, Deida explains that the key to emotional balance in relationships is being firm in your boundaries while still being compassionate toward others. It's not about shutting people out, it's about standing in your truth while respecting others' feelings. So when your mom says, "Why haven't you gotten a girlfriend yet?" instead of folding and saying, "I'll try harder," you can say, "I understand that you're frustrated and I know you care about me, but I'm focusing on something else right now." You don't have to be rude or dismissive, you just need to stand firm in your purpose. And over time, people will start to respect that. At the heart of all this is emotional resilience. The Way of the Superior Man teaches that a man must develop the capacity to endure emotional challenges and discomfort. When you start setting boundaries and pursuing your purpose, You're going to face resistance. People will try to guilt you, manipulate you, or make you feel bad for not living according to their rules. But by building emotional resilience, you learn to endure these challenges without being shaken. Developing this resilience is what allows you to move forward in your life. It's the key to feeling free, despite the pressure from your family or society. It's about no longer being afraid of negative emotions, whether they come from yourself or others. You need to sit with that discomfort and not run from it, because it's in those moments of discomfort that your true strength and purpose are forged. When you know your purpose, when you're clear about what you want and why you want it, everything changes. Your relationships, your work, your ambitions, they all start to align. The sense of direction you get from purpose helps you navigate through life's challenges with confidence. You stop feeling lost, like you're just drifting from one day to the next. Instead, you begin to feel like you're actively building, creating the life you truly want. So what is your purpose? It might not come to you overnight. It might take time, reflection, and trial and error. But it's there, waiting for you to discover it. And once you do, everything changes. You'll stop feeling trapped in your mind, stop feeling like you're just following the motions of someone else's life. And you'll start feeling alive, driven, and unstoppable. In the book, David Deida also talks about the importance of embracing your masculine energy in the pursuit of your purpose. For men, purpose is deeply connected to their masculine drive. Your energy needs to be channeled towards something larger than yourself, whether it's a career, a mission, or an artistic expression. This pursuit should be about serving something bigger than you and expressing your true self through your work. If you're unsure of your purpose, consider where your energy flows naturally. The masculine energy is not passive, it is assertive and dynamic. When you feel pulled towards something, even if it feels risky or unconventional, it is likely connected to your purpose. Your intuition, your deep-seated desires, will often guide you toward what truly matters. But if you're constantly distracted by other people's expectations, it can be difficult to hear that inner voice. Purpose isn't something that just appears out of nowhere. You have to go after it. This means taking bold action even when you don't feel ready, and even when the fear of failure looms over you. The author encourages men to take risks. Without action, there is no progress. If you're waiting for the perfect moment to start pursuing your purpose, you may be waiting forever. As you move toward your purpose, you will face setbacks, challenges, and moments of doubt. But these are not signs to quit. They are tests. The act of pursuing your purpose is transformative, and through those challenges, you develop resilience, strength, and wisdom. It's easy to equate purpose with success or achievement, but the way of the superior man teaches that purpose goes deeper than just achieving a goal. Purpose is a way of being. It's about being in alignment with your deepest truths and expressing them through every action you take. This means that your purpose might not always look like what society defines as success. It might not involve fame, fortune, or recognition. Instead, your purpose could be about living a life of integrity, honesty, and authenticity. It could be about showing up for the people you love, being a strong leader in your community, or creating something that will leave a legacy. No matter what form it takes, your purpose gives your life direction and meaning beyond the fleeting rewards of external success. When you live according to your purpose, you'll feel a deep sense of satisfaction that can't be shaken. Living in alignment with your purpose also requires embracing your true self, even if it goes against the grain. Society has a lot of expectations for how you should look, how you should act, and what you should achieve, but none of these things matter if they aren't aligned with your authentic self. The way of the superior man encourages men to let go of societal conditioning and to cultivate their true essence. When you embrace your authenticity, you naturally begin to attract the right people, the right opportunities, and the right experiences. You stop wasting energy on pretending to be someone you're not. Instead, you begin to express your purpose with clarity and confidence, knowing that you are on the right path. Your journey becomes about living your truth, not fulfilling others' expectations. Purpose isn't just about passion, it's about consistency. In The Way of the Superior Man, Deida discusses the importance of remaining committed to your purpose, even when it gets tough. Consistency creates momentum, and momentum makes it easier to stay on track. The more you commit to your purpose, the more aligned you will become with it. It's about showing up every day, no matter how you feel, and continuing to move forward. Some days will be filled with frustration, doubt, and exhaustion, but if you remain consistent, you'll eventually break through those barriers. The key is to focus on the process. Trust that every small step you take is moving you closer to fulfilling your purpose. One of the most powerful motivations for living in alignment with your purpose is the desire to live without regret. Deida suggests that living a life of purpose helps you avoid the common trap of waking up one day, looking back and realizing you spent your entire life living for others or chasing superficial goals. Regret comes when you fail to listen to your inner voice, when you ignore your true desires, and when you let life pass you by. By committing to your purpose, you're actively creating the life you want. The result is that as you grow older, you will feel proud of the life you've lived and the person you've become. You will have no regrets because you've been true to yourself and you've followed your purpose with courage and conviction. Purpose isn't just an individual pursuit, it also affects your relationships. When you have a strong sense of purpose, you can show up more fully for the people in your life. In The Way of the Superior Man, Deida highlights how a man's purpose should not be neglected for the sake of a relationship. In fact, a relationship should complement your purpose, not hinder it. A woman in particular will respect and love you more when she sees you living in alignment with your purpose. She will admire your commitment and drive. On the other hand, if you neglect your purpose to please her, or if you lose sight of your goals for the sake of the relationship, you may end up feeling resentful and unfulfilled. So if you feel stuck, unmotivated, or as though life is passing you by, remember that what you're experiencing may not be depression. It may simply be a lack of purpose. You don't need a magic pill or quick fix to feel better. You need to reconnect with your true purpose. Find what ignites your soul and take the steps to pursue it no matter the resistance. Start by listening to yourself, your passions, your dreams, your fears, and start taking action, one step at a time. Embrace your masculine energy, develop emotional resilience, and stay committed to your path. When you do this, you'll find that the fog of confusion and uncertainty will begin to clear, and you'll step into a life of purpose, passion, and fulfillment. You are not depressed. You simply need a purpose. At this point, you might be asking, how do I reignite my passion for life if I'm unsure where to start? The first step is to identify the areas where you feel most alive. What excites you? What makes you feel like you're fully in your body, fully present, and fully engaged? Those areas are often a clue to your purpose. If you can identify even a hint of that excitement or enthusiasm, you've found the spark. Now, it's time to nurture it. This doesn't always mean quitting your job and moving to a new city. It's about creating space for what truly matters. Another key aspect of living with purpose is understanding that challenges are a natural part of the process. Instead of seeing obstacles as setbacks, you can reframe them as opportunities for growth. Every challenge that arises is an invitation to become stronger, wiser, and more in tune with your purpose. In The Way of the Superior Man, David Deida teaches that masculine energy thrives on challenge. It's in overcoming obstacles that you learn the most about yourself and the world. Each time you step into discomfort and push through it, you are honing the qualities that make you a powerful man, living in alignment with your purpose. Challenges give your life texture, and they serve as reminders that you are fully alive and engaged in the world. As you pursue your purpose, it's essential to stay connected to your core values. These are the principles that guide your actions and decisions. If you're feeling lost or disconnected from your purpose, it's often a sign that you've strayed from these core values. Take a moment to reflect on what truly matters to you. What do you stand for? What are the principles you hold sacred? These values are your compass, helping you steer your life in the right direction. In The Way of the Superior Man, Deida explains that the superior man is guided by his inner truth and his core principles. He doesn't bend to societal pressure or fleeting desires. Instead, he stays grounded in what he knows to be right. When you reconnect to your core values, you create a solid foundation for your purpose to flourish. Another important thing to remember is that purpose is a journey, not a destination. Too often we think of purpose as something to achieve or a goal to reach. But in reality, purpose is about the continuous evolution of who you are and how you show up in the world. As you grow, your purpose may evolve, and that's okay. It may take on different forms. In fact, the more you allow yourself to evolve, the clearer your purpose will become. The key is to remain open to growth and transformation. Living your purpose means aligning with your higher self. This is the version of you that is connected to something greater than the ego, something beyond the daily grind or the material world. Your higher self is your true essence, and it knows your purpose. It is the quiet voice within that speaks. To live in alignment with your higher self, you need to cultivate mindfulness and inner peace. This means carving out time for stillness, meditation, or any practice that allows you to connect deeply with your soul. The more you listen to this inner wisdom, the more clearly your purpose will unfold before you. When you live in alignment with your purpose, you experience a sense of fulfillment that goes beyond fleeting pleasures. Fulfillment comes from knowing that you are contributing to something meaningful, something that resonates with your soul. It's the feeling of being on the right path, even if that path isn't always easy or straightforward. Data suggests that true fulfillment comes not from external validation, but from living authentically and unapologetically. When you align with your purpose, you start to feel a deep satisfaction within yourself that cannot be shaken by external forces. It's the satisfaction of knowing you are being true to yourself, and that, in and of itself, is enough. One of the biggest barriers to living a purposeful life is fear and doubt. These two emotions can be paralyzing, but fear and doubt are a natural part of the human experience, and they don't have to hold you back. In The Way of the Superior Man, Data teaches that the superior man does not run from fear. Instead, he uses it as fuel. Fear becomes the catalyst for growth. When you step into your fear and push through it, you gain more confidence in yourself and your purpose. Doubt, too, is just a part of the process. It's an invitation to strengthen your resolve and trust in the path you are on. Finally, one of the most important elements of living with purpose is consistency. This goes beyond initial motivation or inspiration. It's about showing up every single day, doing the work, and committing to your mission. Consistency is what transforms your purpose from an idea into a way of life. Without consistency, motivation wanes. But by committing to small actions each day, actions that are aligned with your purpose, you begin to create momentum. Over time, this momentum builds, and your purpose becomes a living, breathing part of your reality. It becomes who you are, and you no longer have to find it. It is simply the way you live. An important part of living with purpose is embracing the inherent uncertainty of life. It's easy to fall into the trap of believing that in order to live with purpose, everything must be planned and certain. But in reality, purpose is not a linear path. It is filled with twists, turns, and unexpected opportunities. The key is to remain open to the unknown. Sometimes your purpose will evolve in ways you never expected, and the detours may turn out to be the most meaningful parts of the journey. By embracing uncertainty, you allow yourself to be more adaptable and flexible, which ultimately strengthens your sense of purpose. In The Way of the Superior Man, David Data talks about embracing the flow of life and surrendering to the present moment, trusting that you are being guided along your path, even when the direction is unclear. Another crucial aspect of living with purpose is the role relationships play in this journey. Your relationships, both with others and with yourself, are mirrors that reflect your inner world. When you are aligned with your purpose, you'll attract people who resonate with your energy, and your interactions will become more authentic and meaningful. In The Way of the Superior Man, relationships are seen as a vital aspect of a man's life. Purpose should not be sacrificed for the sake of relationships, but rather enriched by them. By being true to yourself and your purpose, you not only inspire others to do the same, but also build stronger, more supportive relationships that nurture your growth. As you begin to align with your purpose, you'll find that it goes beyond. It extends to the greater good of the world around you. Purpose isn't just about you. It's about how you show up and contribute to the collective well-being of humanity. Whether through your work, your creativity, or the way you interact with others, David Data suggests that the superior man's mission is always bigger than himself. It's about being in service to something greater. The idea is that when you are aligned with your deeper purpose, it doesn't just bring you personal happiness. It has a ripple effect on those around you, encouraging others to tap into their own purpose as well. Living with purpose often requires sacrifice, and understanding the necessity of sacrifice is essential. This might mean letting go of old habits, shedding relationships that no longer serve you, or stepping away from opportunities that aren't aligned with your mission. The pursuit of purpose is not always easy, and it often involves letting go of things that provide temporary satisfaction. But as you make these sacrifices, you begin to realize that your purpose is worth every bit of discomfort. Superior Man teaches that sacrifice is not about loss, but about focusing your energy on what truly matters. Sacrificing the unnecessary allows you to channel your energy and efforts toward your greater calling, which will bring you lasting fulfillment. Living with purpose doesn't mean only having big moments of inspiration or grand gestures. It's about infusing every part of your life with intention. Whether you're working, spending time with loved ones, or even resting, data emphasizes that purpose isn't something you just find and then execute on autopilot. It's something you live out moment by moment. If you approach each action with awareness and presence, you begin to infuse your life with meaning no matter where you are or what you're doing. Your purpose is intimately tied to your unique gifts and talents. Everyone has something special, whether it's a particular skill, perspective, or way of being. Part of living with purpose is discovering and honing these unique gifts, and then sharing them in service to others. Take time to reflect on your strengths. What comes naturally to you? What have others always admired in you? These are often clues to your deeper purpose. Embrace what makes you unique, because the world needs exactly what you have to offer. In the way of the superior man, data teaches that the superior man is always in touch with his deepest gifts and uses them to create value and impact. Self-expression is another essential component of purpose. As you align with your deeper calling, you'll feel a strong urge to express yourself fully. This may take different forms, such as creative expression, verbal communication, or simply living authentically in the world. When you are true to yourself, your very presence becomes an expression of your purpose. The more you express yourself freely, the more aligned you become with your purpose. Your purpose is not just about what you do, but about how you show up and express yourself, authentically and unapologetically. An important aspect of living with purpose, in the pursuit of your mission, it's natural to have desires, whether they be material, emotional, or personal. The challenge, however, is to not allow these desires to overpower your deeper sense of purpose. While desires are a part of being human, they must be in service to your mission rather than taking the lead. If you allow your desires to dictate your actions, you may stray from your true path. But if you maintain a focus on your purpose, desires become tools that can help drive you forward. Living with purpose doesn't mean ignoring desires, but understanding their role. They should serve as signals, guiding you toward what might support your journey rather than derail it. The key is moderation and mindfulness. To live with purpose requires discipline. This doesn't just mean sticking to a rigid schedule or following rules, but rather having the inner strength to stay true to your mission, especially when faced with distractions or challenges. Discipline allows you to avoid the temptations of immediate gratification and stay on track with what truly matters. Data talks about how a man who is truly devoted to his purpose must cultivate the inner discipline to stay aligned, even when things get tough or the path seems unclear. This means consistently showing up for your mission. Over time, this discipline will create a life of momentum, where every action you take brings you closer to fulfilling your deepest purpose. Courage is another essential ingredient in living with purpose. There will always be moments of fear, doubt, and uncertainty along the journey, and it is precisely in those moments that courage becomes necessary. It takes courage to follow your purpose, especially when it requires stepping out of your comfort zone, challenging societal expectations, or facing the unknown. Data teaches that true strength comes not from avoiding fear, but from taking action, despite it. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to move forward in spite of it. When you act with courage, you not only move closer to your purpose, but you also inspire others to take bold steps in their own lives. Courage enables you to break free from the chains of fear and fully embrace the path ahead. Living with purpose is often a journey of self-discovery. The more you explore your life and your mission, the more you uncover about yourself. Purpose isn't something you find, it is an unfolding process that happens over time. Data suggests that as you evolve, your sense of purpose will evolve as well. At different stages in your life, you may discover new aspects. This process of self-discovery requires being open to change and willing to let go of old versions of yourself that no longer serve you. In order to live with purpose, you must first understand who you are, what drives you, and what you stand for. This requires introspection and reflection. The more you know yourself, the clearer your purpose will become, and the more empowered you'll be to pursue it with confidence and clarity. Your values are the guiding principles that define who you are and how you engage with the world. If you're living in a way that contradicts your values, your sense of purpose will feel ungrounded, and you may experience frustration or dissatisfaction. Whether your values center around integrity, love, creativity, or service to others, living in alignment with your values helps create a sense of inner peace and purpose, knowing that your actions are in congruence with what truly matters to you. Purpose and spirituality are deeply interconnected. While purpose is about the path you choose in life, spirituality gives you the foundation and grounding to stay centered and connected to something greater than yourself. Whether through meditation, prayer, mindfulness, or simply being in nature, spirituality provides the strength and clarity to keep moving forward on your path. Data suggests that a man who is truly aligned with his purpose also has a spiritual dimension to his life. He recognizes that his mission is not just a personal endeavor, but part of a greater cosmic order. Spirituality reminds you that you are part of something much larger than your individual life, which can bring a deep sense of peace and humility. When you allow your spirituality to guide your purpose, you begin to move through the world with a sense of grace, trust, and confidence. Embracing the unknown can be daunting, but it is also where transformation happens. If you are too attached to certainty or to knowing exactly how everything will unfold, you may miss out on the surprises and opportunities that lie in the unpredictable. Living with purpose requires trust in the journey, even when the way ahead is unclear. Living with purpose often involves sacrifice. Sacrifice can take many forms, whether it's time, energy, relationships, or comforts. When you dedicate yourself to something greater than yourself, you will inevitably have to let go of things that are no longer serving your mission. Data highlights that true purpose demands a certain level of sacrifice, and that this sacrifice is not something to be feared, but embraced. Sacrifice is an act of devotion. It is a way of saying, I am willing to give up certain things for something that I believe is more important. Data suggests that this could mean sacrificing short-term pleasures for long-term fulfillment, or it could mean letting go of old habits that are keeping you stuck. It could also mean distancing yourself from relationships or environments that no longer align with your purpose. Sacrifice, while difficult, is a powerful act of transformation, making space for new growth and possibilities. The more willing you are to sacrifice, the more aligned you become with your deeper calling. A key concept in Daida's philosophy is the dynamic interplay between masculine and feminine energies within each individual. While everyone has both masculine and feminine aspects, the masculine energy is often associated with purpose, direction, and action, while the feminine energy is connected to emotion, creativity, and intuition. Living with purpose requires an understanding of how these energies work together to support your mission. Data emphasizes that a man who is aligned with his purpose must be able to tap into both his masculine and feminine energies. The masculine gives him the energy to pursue his goals, while the feminine energy allows him to feel empathy and intuitively navigate the challenges that come his way. A harmonious relationship between these energies allows for a well-rounded, balanced approach to fulfilling your purpose. The masculine and feminine energies are not at odds with each other. They are complementary. It is when they are in harmony that true fulfillment and purpose arise. Understanding how to integrate both energies into your life allows you to pursue your purpose with greater depth, insight, and grace. Finally, living with purpose requires an awareness of the bigger picture. Your purpose is not only about you, It's about how you serve the world and contribute to the collective. Data suggests that a superior man understands his role within the greater scheme of life and recognizes that his purpose is part of a larger, interconnected web of existence. When you focus solely on yourself, it's easy to get caught up in ego and personal ambition. But when you see your purpose as part of a larger whole, you begin to operate from a place of service, compassion, and humility. Your actions no longer feel isolated or insignificant. They become part of a greater movement. Living with purpose is about understanding that your life is not just for you. It is for others, for the world, and for the unfolding of the universe. This perspective expands your vision and allows you to see the profound impact your purpose can have on the world around you. An often overlooked aspect of purpose is the need to establish and maintain strong boundaries. Data suggests that without healthy boundaries, you will find yourself scattered, overwhelmed, or drained by the demands of others. Boundaries are not just about saying no. They are about creating space for your own growth and honoring the time, energy, and resources required for your journey. Having strong boundaries allows you to say yes to the things that truly matter and protect your time and energy from distractions or unproductive commitments. Setting boundaries is a way of respecting yourself and your purpose, and it ensures that you don't get pulled off course by the demands of the world around you. I hope you learned something. Finishing the recording of this video, I'm realizing I might have gotten a little too carried away talking about complicated stuff, so I'm sorry for that. If you made it until here, you deserve to be a part of our clan, so subscribe and goodbye.